And I am very pleased to welcome in the studio right now our friend Alberto Dubscience, who's come in to share a new project with us. Alberto, good to see you.
Thank you, Chuck. Good to see you too. Very glad to be here in your show once again. And, ready to go. Ready to go on.
Excellent. Well, let's tell people a little bit, first of all, about you. You've been playing reggae in the LA area for many, many years, and a lot of people have had a chance to see you on stage backing artists like Maccabee, and of course you are part of the Rough Sounds crew, put out many
Rebel Souls
records, and Rebel Souls, another early, yeah, absolutely. So a lot of commitment and involvement in the LA reggae scene over the course of the last 25 or 30 years, and you've come to us to share a new project. So tell me a little bit about this.
Well, basically, this is with some guys from the Barcelona area. You know, I've been working in the last years with Spain a lot, and they began by doing remix versions. You know, cowboy songs versions from movies from Clint Eastwood and
spaghetti western style, which
Westerns.
There's an element of that's been a part of reggae for some time. Lee Perry and the Upsetters did some very early ones. There was a Trojan anthology of spaghetti western tunes done reggae style years ago, and a lot of people, you know, maybe some of our listeners out here might not know that Jamaicans love these movies and love American movies and westerns and the spaghetti westerns in particular. In fact, some of the artists I play on the show, Trinity is one in particular. His name came from 3 films featuring a character named Trinity, who was kind of a kung fu style western, where it was a super fast draw. But this has worked its way into the names of some of the DJ artists from the 70s, titles of records, and into versions. In fact, you have some elements of some of these original soundtrack songs that have worked their way into reggae rhythms in one way or another over the years.
I couldn't agree more.
Part of the tradition, in other words.
Exactly. Yeah. They are very loved. These movies are very loved in Jamaica, and we love them over here too. And so Albert de Paul, which is really basically the boss in this band, you know, he sent me one of the versions that they did.
Right.
You know, and they wanted to get some people to do remixes of that version. And, you know, I really liked it. I liked what they did, the verse, the structure of the song. And, well, basically, you know, I really did a version of the song. You know what I mean? It's not exactly per se a remix. It's another version of that song. Based on the structure of that one that they did, that I really liked. You know what I mean? This is basically called Dollars Remix, if I'm not wrong. And this in the Bandcamp website. You can find it over there. It's very, very affordable. Very affordable, and it's got 4 different remixes. You know what I mean? The version that I did, and another 3 that some guys from the area. Also, you know, in Europe they really love reggae. To tell you the truth, I mean, they're crazy about reggae and music. You know, and all that influence from England and the technology, and you know, it's a little more, you know, club music, let's say. You know?
Yeah, that's interesting. You know? Yeah, and you do have really a lot of Spanish approach to reggae coming out in the last few years, which is kind of interesting if you think about the wicked history of Jamaica and how the Spanish were really the first ones who brought the African people into Jamaica before the English took over. So I can remember on my last trip to Jamaica seeing a big Spanish castle there and thinking, you know, it's like after all these years, you know. So fascinating to see the Spanish interest and a lot of good reggae music coming out of Spain, both on labels and even recordings done in Jamaica, and then in the same way you're talking about, treated internationally on top of that. So tell me about this song that we're going to hear next. That's the song we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
This first song.
Yes, the song that we're talking about. This is the version that they did, the one that I heard, and I made my version from.
So first we're going to hear their version.
Yeah, their version.
Yeah, excellent.
Version.
Okay,
Right?
and then we're going to come back and speak again with Alberto Dubscience before we hear your version.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Al mio mulo non piace la gente che ride. Ha subito l'impressione che si rida di lui.
Tell me again, Alberto, what that one is titled.
Yeah, that's titled for a few dollars more.
All right. Yes.
For a few chords more.
Is the one
that is coming up.
Your remake
And
one? Okay.
And this one they call it Fistful of Dollars, believe it or not. The other movie.
From the other film. Oh, I was wondering.
Yeah,
Okay.
the other film.
Yeah. Well,
Original.
perhaps they were just anticipating making some money on this one.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. You got that right. Yeah. It has something to do with that, most probably.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the one that is coming up, the one that we did, I did it. Part I did it myself in my house.
Right.
And then the rest of the song was tracked at Rough Sounds at the Mike Irwin studio.
Right.
And Mike recorded the bass. And Tony Bird recorded the keyboards.
Right.
And I did the rest, and the drummer is Style Scott.
Yes.
You know, last but not least. And we also did the recording of the keyboards at the Mike Studio, Rough Sounds, with the great company of Chuck Foster. if you know.
Yeah, and I should say, you know, I've had the opportunity to work on some tracks with you myself. Besides being involved with Rough Sounds, you're also part of the Catch Me Time All Stars, and I played on some of my recordings as well.
Love it.
And Alberto, excellent guitar player, and as I say, I've been playing reggae for so many years. It's just been absorbed into your system and become a part of what you do. So we're going to listen to this track, Alberto. Tell our listeners again, if they're interested in this, how they can access it.
Yeah, the Dollars remix, it appears on the Bandcamp site. You know, Bandcamp is something like SoundCloud or something like that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, and
I'm learning something.
It's really, definitely very, very affordable, to tell you the truth.
Okay. We can't mention the price, but affordable sounds good.
Yeah, and there is 3 more remixes that are the ones that the other artists did.
Excellent.
And it's a really good job, and I really like this version that we have been listening
this original
to.
one, yeah.
That is the one that really inspired me to do the other one.
Right.
The one that we did. So thank you.
Alberto, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this music with us. We greatly appreciate it. We are next going to listen to your remix, which is titled For a Few Chords More.
Exactly.
The Alberto Dubscience remix of the... again, the original song really is For a Few Dollars More.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
Coming right up on Reggae Central.